Have you ever thought your wallet was safe just because it stayed in your pocket or purse? I used to believe that too. You figure, if no one takes it, you're fine. But lately, I've learned about something called the ghost tap. And friends, it's one of the sneakiest scams I've ever seen. In just 3 seconds, without touching you, without you even noticing, someone can drain money from your account. It sounds unbelievable, right? But criminals are doing it every single day, and more often than not, they're targeting seniors. Why? Because they know many of us carry our cards in easy-to-reach spots, and they count on us not noticing a few small charges until days later. So, in today's video, I want to walk you through what this ghost tap scam is, how it works, why banks don't always rush to refund you, and most importantly, the steps you can take right now to protect yourself. At the end, I'll also share the one simple, inexpensive item that can make you nearly immune to this trick. It costs less than a cup of coffee, but it could save you hundreds of dollars and a whole lot of stress. Stick with me, because knowledge is protection. Before we dive in, if you find comfort in honest conversations like this, hit subscribe. We share stories that don't just pass time, they help make sense of it. Let's start with the basics. For most of our lives, card fraud meant someone stealing your card, skimming it at an ATM, or tricking you into typing your number into a fake website. You could see it coming, you could feel it. The ghost tap is different. It's invisible. It doesn't require your card to leave your pocket, purse, or wallet. It doesn't even need you to take it out. And it can happen in under 3 seconds. Here's how. Most debit and credit cards today use something called tap to pay. That's the feature where you just wave your card near a machine and beep, the payment goes through. No PIN, no swipe, no signature. It's called NFC technology, which stands for Near Field Communication. That's just a fancy way of saying your card is always sending out a little signal, waiting for a machine to talk back to it. Now think about this. If the store can use that signal to take payments, so can a criminal. All they need is a little handheld payment machine, the exact same kind you see at coffee shops or with delivery drivers. And these devices, they're not hard to buy. You can order one online without much trouble at all. Imagine this. You're standing in line at the pharmacy. Your bag is over your shoulder, your card tucked inside. A man behind you steps a little too close. You think he's just impatient, but in reality, inside his jacket pocket, he's holding a small payment reader. As soon as he gets close enough, beep, your card makes contact through your bag. A $40 charge goes through. No sound, no alert, no warning. You keep moving through your day, completely unaware. That's the ghost tap. Silent, quick, and nearly invisible. Now let's talk about why older adults are such common targets. First, accessibility. Many of us carry our wallets and purses in ways that are convenient but easy for scammers. A handbag looped loosely on the arm, a wallet in a coat pocket, a purse resting on the counter while you're signing paperwork. Each of these moments is an open door for a scammer standing nearby. Second, familiarity with technology. Most people over 60 know what tap and go is, but fewer realize that the feature is always on. We assume, well, if I didn't hand over my card, no payment could happen. Unfortunately, that's not true. If your card has the tap symbol, it's constantly ready, and scammers thrive on that gap between what we think and what's really happening. Third, perception. Criminals believe that seniors won't check their banking apps often, or won't notice small charges right away. If a scammer steals $20 here, $35 there, it can take weeks before anyone spots the problem. By then, they've hit you multiple times. I've heard heartbreaking stories of people who didn't realize what was happening until their monthly statement arrived, and by that point, hundreds of dollars had quietly disappeared. It's not about carelessness, it's about trust and routine. And sadly, that's exactly what these criminals exploit. Here's where it gets even trickier. Many folks assume that if fraud happens, the bank will automatically refund the money. And sometimes, yes, they will, but not always. Why? Because from the bank's perspective, the system worked exactly as designed. Your card was present, the tap feature was active, and the payment was processed. The machine didn't see a break-in, it saw a normal transaction. And proving otherwise can be complicated. I've read cases where banks argued the transaction must have been authorized because the card itself was used. And because ghost tap scammers usually keep the amounts small, $30, $50, they fly under the radar. Fraud departments are much faster to act on a $2,000 suspicious charge than on a cluster of tiny ones. Timing is another problem. Some banks give you only 24 to 48 hours to report suspicious activity for full protection. If you only check your account once a month, you could be out of luck. Now, you can still fight and win. You can escalate complaints, involve consumer protection agencies, and push the bank. But it's stressful, time-consuming, and exhausting, especially if you're already shaken from being scammed. That's why prevention is so much easier than cleanup. Here's the good news. The ghost tap scam is easy to block if you act today. Criminals rely on two things: that your tap to pay is always active and that your card is close enough for their device to reach. Break either one of those and you're safe. Step 1. Use an RFID-blocking sleeve or wallet. These little sleeves create a shield around your card so it stops broadcasting that signal. Even if someone presses a payment reader against your bag, nothing goes through. You can buy them online or even at some supermarkets for as little as $5. And if you carry multiple cards, make sure each one has protection. Step 2. Disable Tap to Pay entirely. You can usually do this in your bank's app or by calling customer service. From then on, your card will only work when inserted into a machine and confirmed with a PIN. Yes, it takes a few seconds longer at checkout, but it completely eliminates the ghost tap risk. Step 3. Change how you carry your card. Keep it in an inner pocket or inside a zipped compartment in your bag. The harder it is for someone to casually brush near it, the safer you are. Criminals want easy targets. If it looks like a hassle, they'll move on. Step 4. Build the habit of checking your bank account daily. Just open the app, scroll the recent transactions, and look for anything unusual. It only takes a minute, but it can save you days of frustration later. I know people who started doing these things, using an RFID sleeve, checking daily, and they haven't had a single suspicious charge since. Prevention really works, but only if you put the measures in place before you're a victim. Now, let's say despite your best efforts, it happens. What do you do? First, speed matters. Call your bank immediately using the fraud number on the back of your card. Tell them clearly, "I believe I was hit by a contactless payment scam called the Ghost Tap." Ask them to freeze your card and reverse the charges. Request a dispute claim number before you hang up. Second, ask for written confirmation. An email or letter that lists the disputed charges and the date you reported them will strengthen your case if the bank hesitates later. Third, file a police report. Even if the police can't investigate every small transaction, that report creates an official record of the crime. Banks and regulators take claims more seriously when law enforcement is involved. Fourth, document everything. Save screenshots of your account showing the charges. Write down the name of every bank representative you speak with, along with the date and time. Keep copies of every email and letter. In many cases, the people who are most organized get their refunds fastest. And finally, if your bank refuses to refund you, escalate. In the US, you can contact the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. In the UK, it's the Financial Ombudsman. In Australia, it's the AFCA. These organizations can review your case and often pressure banks to reconsider. The ghost. Tap scam is one of those tricks that preys on our routines. It's silent, it's fast, and it's designed to make you doubt yourself. But here's the truth. Once you understand how it works, it becomes incredibly easy to stop. A $5 sleeve, a quick change in how you carry your card, or disabling tap to pay, these small actions put you back in control. And when you're in control, the scammer loses their power. Friends, we live in a world where technology brings both convenience and risk, but knowledge is protection. Share this video with someone you care about, because the more people who know about the ghost tap, the fewer victims there will be. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had your debit or credit card compromised? What happened and how did you handle it? Leave your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else avoid being scammed. Thanks for spending this time with me today. Stay safe, stay aware, and as always, take good care of yourself and those you love.